Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. I am Shannan with my good friend Tiffany Norton. Hello, lovely. How are you this Sunday, Tiff?
Good. I'm trying to amp up our viewership and get it going on the phone.
I brought you some holiday funky music.
You did?
Yeah. I thought you'd like that.
A funky Christmas. From Christmas.
Shout out to everybody that's joining us today. Happy Sunday, fun day to all of you. We appreciate you very much. Hello to our friend Peggy. I see her in the chat already. Hello, Peggy. I am not sure if you can see us yet because I know that you have something going on with your eye. I hope that it is healing soon, but we appreciate you being with us and happy holidays to you and everybody else that is here. To remind everybody what we're doing, this is a little Sunday fun day, comedy through the chaos stream that my good friend Tiffany Norton and I decided we were going to do with you because we missed you all. Missed you all. So we figured this is a good way. So wherever you are watching, please like and subscribe. And if you have anything in particular you would like us to talk about each Sunday afternoon, let us know. If you are watching us at any of the replays, hey man, drop a like and also drop a subscription and hit us up in the chat. Let us know if there's something you want to cover because our goal is to hit some interesting life topics to hopefully make you all smile, make you laugh, let you know what's going on with us, and then keep you in the know of what's going on, not only with Comedy Through the Chaos, but Tiffany's The Bitter Baker as well. Tiffany, let's remind everybody where we're at with The Bitter Baker for December, please.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So I have wrapped the episode, and thank God I did. When I did it, I got it done on a Tuesday. Then I went in and I had hyperextended my elbow.
Right.
And then it cast.
Oh no! You know what? I'm glad that you got that taken care of though, because I mean, I know that you were like, I'm gonna give you one of these. Just because as one of your best friends, I'm just going to tell you this, and this is a real talk behind the scenes with the relationship between Tiffany and I. So Tiffany's one of those people that she might be hurt for a while, but she'll just suck it up, rub some dirt on it, and not say anything.
Right?
So she had been saying, I think I'm hurt, and I'm this, and maybe it's that, and I should take some acetaminophen, like all of these things. You know,
I iced it. I'm like,
you iced it.
That's how I solve most problems. Put some ice on it.
And then you got your witchly powers out. You're like, I'll burn some sage in the house and maybe I could smudge the paint away. A bunch of stuff that really was like, no, you should go to a physician and allow them to look at it.
And I act like I don't have medical, and I do.
Exactly. There was no reason for you to not go and get it checked out other than you just decided to not go and get it checked out. So
it just felt like a muscle pull. It didn't feel that bad. And it turns out I fractured it.
Wow. And so I also remember this part of the story that they were like, we could either put it in a cast or just put you in one of those slings and send you home. And you, knowing yourself, said, nah, man, put it in a cast. That was well done. Well done, Tiffany.
Yes. I can't screw it up because immobilized for 2 weeks. And if I keep it, hopefully I won't have to have surgery.
Right. Could you tell I had spare time this week and we have all of the sound effects?
I can. Yeah, you've been dying to do that. Just drop it. So where's the air horn? What?
Oh, I don't have one of those. I'm gonna find that by next week. We need that. I missed that.
Dude, we gotta bring it like we were in the club again.
That was my favorite one back when I was Miss Shannan at the club. At places named like Club Cristal and dating white guy rappers with name like Frost and Ghost. That was my favorite. You remember Frost and Ghost? Shout out to Frost. I still talk to Frost every once in a while. So shout out to Frost in case he sees one of these days. Frost is doing well.
But it's a great name for a white rapper.
Right.
That's a great name.
Right. The only one that was bad was I dated a guy named Powder, which was fine until that movie came out.
Right.
Yeah. And then it made it, there was no street cred anymore with Powder because before it was kind of like a cocaine reference, all this stuff. So it kind of it was a little bit hard, a little gangster and thuggish. But then the movie Powder came out. And you're like, dude, no, you can't do this anymore.
Now you're just like a sensitive alien guy.
Nope. Right.
Nope. It doesn't translate well.
Nope. Not at all. So if anybody ever wants to hear any stories about back when Miss Shannan was gangster Miss Shannan, which I still kind of wasn't, but
if you've had the opportunity to see Club Shannan, you really missed out because Club Shannan is a whole nother level of Shannan. Where were we? Where you started? We were up in you were DJing. You're up in you got the mic. Huh?
People forget that I was the co-host on a hip hop morning show for quite some time. And so a lot of my time was hanging out in hip hop clubs and throwing dance parties. And so you and I, this was only like last year. It just felt like a million years ago. But we were at a friend's birthday party and I told him, so our friend Dakota was on the ones and twos. He was the mix DJ. I was the mic DJ. So it was a lot of me going, yo, and like making all these noises, a lot of sound.
And I was dancing on the side of the stage. I was like your solid gold dancer.
It was dope. It was dope. It made me remember. So I will find some photos of me back when I was like hip hop Shannan, because I don't think I have any in my office right now because it's been a while since I had to be that person. Now I am homeschool mom Shannan. So it's not nearly the same.
It's not as, but it's, it's a more important job.
That is quite so. Whether people were getting crunk in the club or not really had no impact on the future of our youth. Any of that stuff. None of it. You know what? So today, to remind everybody, we usually try and come up with like 3-ish stories. We see if we get to all of them that usually popped up in our feed somewhere during the week or crossed our mind or something that impacted our day. So we have 3 stories that we're going to cover today. The first one that we'll get to, and I'll tell the story about this one as first one. Basically, I have the tale of how I feel like I was visually assaulted by Shape magazine. So that's the first one we're going to talk about. Yeah. The second story is Tiffany found a story that now we think would make a fantastic horror movie about some snake-infested foam going on in the continent of Australia. And finally, we have a chance for everybody to weigh in because it looks like our good friends here in Minnesota and the Minnesota Department of Transportation is looking for some snowplow names. And I trust our audience and our friends. If anyone is going to come up with a creative name for a snowplow, it's our people. So I expect us to come up with the championship name somehow amongst our Comedy Through the Chaos and Bitter Baker community. Don't you, Tiffany?
I do. I've got to, well, I'll wait till we get to that story. Let's start with the Shape magazine first, because this is outrageous.
All right. So here's the thing. So, I'm like, I try to be always health conscious. I've always been kind of a weightliftery, sports woman type person. So a few of the things that I have on push notifications on my cell phone is Shape magazine. So I have allowed them to send the things directly to my home screen. And so normally, just so you know, I get stuff from Shape magazine all the time. I have one right now and it says, this face cream is a holy grail for dry skin and it has anti-aging benefits. Like that's the kind of things that I normally get. Yeah, so last week on Monday morning, I was surprised that the push notification that I got from my friends at shape.com was this. So everybody, if there's any kids, put your hands over them, because this is the thing. The title of the article and the push notification that came to my phone was How to Finger Yourself and More Masturbation Tips for Women. Shape magazine is 8 a.m. on a Monday morning.
This is Monday.
Why are you assaulting me with a push notification entitled How to Finger Yourself? Okay, now, look. Okay, hearts in the chat if you feel me right now. That's what I'm saying. Because look, here's all I'm saying. I am very sex positive. I'm all about making sure that women are empowered. Tiffany, you would tell them, like, I'm not even afraid to talk about sex. That has nothing to do with it. Right. I think that is an unnecessarily aggressive title for a Shape magazine article on sex. That's all I'm saying.
Very aggressive, also ill-timed. Why would you do that in the morning? All right, we're in a pandemic. Who's
trying to do that
at 7, 8 o'clock at night when I've had some wine, maybe a bath,
or at least
a little date with myself? 8 on a Monday morning,
right? Or at least noon. At least noon, a nooner with myself. That's what I want, and you could tell that maybe eventually whoever the 2 lovely women who wrote this article, they picked a different title for it because that's the title that came in on the push notification and is now, if you click on that link, what comes across as your tab header, that's what you get. But if you look at the actual article itself, it has what I think a very appropriate shape.com article title should be, which is 13 masturbation tips for a mind-blowing solo session. That's classy as heck. I got you. I'm good with that. I'm all right with that. Even at 8 a.m. on a Monday morning, 13 tips. Okay, am I ready to read all of these? Maybe not. Maybe it's 8 a.m. Maybe I only have time for 3 and I need to table the other 10. That's okay. I get choices and options with that one. Solo session, I think that's a good way to put it. It makes it sound like my lady bits are a trombone, something, you know, that is sexy. I have to like, you get to play with that. That first article, it doesn't make it sound like there's any sort of like, no, I can't zhuzh up that first title.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
No.
That article though, that was problematic because one of the recommendations was spending a half an hour looking at your lady bits to get in the mood and being curious.
Now,
am I in the 12th grade? What am I? Yeah, I don't, that doesn't usually inspire me.
Our good friend Shay Webby says that she could use a few tips. Shay, I will forward you the article. I will drop it in the chat.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shay. Shay, here's all I'm saying is that, and Tiffany, I think we might try and get you to increase your volume just a little bit. I can't do that on my side.
I know.
But here's the thing. Look, and Kim, you are fine with all of these things. Kim, you'll be all right with this. So shout out to everybody that's watching right now. We already said what's up to Peggy. Hello, Michael. Good to see you. We haven't talked to you in forever. Hello, Mr. Ornstein. Hello. To Shay, to everybody. Hey, we appreciate all of you. Here's what I'm going to say, Shay. I'm going to send you this link. And then I want you to report back because Shay, I'm saying that you could use some tips. I think that we just need to have a private Zoom meeting between you, Tiffany, and I, and some other ladies, because look, you already know all the tips in this.
There's nothing in here. There's no new ground. There is no new ground. There's no innovations that I have not seen. They're missing some things.
Exactly. I think that there are lots of things that you would do before you get to this. If you want a mind-blowing solo session, if you haven't ever had a solo session and ever sat there and done all of the stuff that you see in all the movies, then you need more than this article. You need some good friends and an intervention. That's all. That's what you need. Gotta think. No, Kim, no good tips.
No good tips, Kim.
Because I'm trying to think, even like the best of these terrible tips. I'm gonna go through this real quick. You know, it's all the stuff that you would think. Like it's the stuff, the same things that I think are ill-advised tips for you and your real life partner. So things like, you know, if you want to make sure that, you know, you and your partner schedule time. So this says schedule time with yourself. Come on now. So instead
of you don't know your own schedule, but you don't know your own schedule. How do you schedule time with yourself? You run the schedule. It's your schedule.
Shout out to our good friend Mike Phillips. He has a good point. He said, how much attention would the article be getting if they hadn't chosen that title? Fair enough. Fair enough. But it made me pause and get mad. I think it actually detracted from what it was supposed to do. Like it took me out of the mood with myself.
Well,
and I like myself. It's very difficult to make me go, you know what? I don't even want me today. I don't want anything to do with myself today.
Well, and really the larger point is not about the advice or even so much the title. It's the fact that it was Shape magazine. It's just like if my mom's Red book came and now it's got tips for BJs.
Right.
What? Like right next to, you know, like maybe her comfort of Southern living. There's something for handies.
Right.
It's just off brand.
If it was like, I mean, I would not have been shocked at all because I read all of the articles on Cosmo magazine, which is just a rehashing of a rehashing because there's only so much to talk about. And I think that that's kind of what's happened with Shape magazine, because over the last, I'll say year and a half, they have dabbled more aggressively into the sexual health type of things. And it did start with things that you kind of were like, okay, I already know. And now, like, I think that it's because they've realized, especially during this pandemic, that our shopping habits have changed. And it does appear, and I know this because for everybody listening, one of my good friends is Colleen Bertino, who is the owner and CEO of Fantasy Gifts, one of the premier sex shops here in the Twin Cities. So I know a lot when I say that I know about the trends of what people buy. This is research. This is her telling me. So you know exactly what there has been an uptick in certain products during the pandemic and what people want to get, according to her. And she has said that there has been more of a move into what we'll say is more of that kink adjacent side of things. Okay. Like people are like, well, I'm stuck up in the house and I already did everything, you know, with my partner. So I guess I got to do some of these other things, including your solo session. So I'm not opposed to it. I'm just saying that there are better things that you can do than what Shape magazine did. And so we'll see. And now I'm just, since Tiffany, since you and I both read this article and we didn't use an incognito tab, I'm sure that we are now going to be completely followed around the internet by all kinds of adult novelty items going on. So kind of thing.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad that we finished that article just as my kid was coming down the stairs. Perfect.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. Okay, we can move on to the ones that I do not have to worry about whether I am ruining my child if we talk about. So well done. Everybody, if your kids are in the house, you can bring them back to the, the screen now. We're done talking about all of the adult things that mommy does when you're hoping that you're asleep. That's the whole thing. And again, we'll make sure we drop that article.
Yeah, exactly. Mommy's napping.
Mommy's napping.
Mommy's busting her eyes.
Mommy has a nightmare every once in a while and gets a little twitchy. That's all. So right. Tiffany, all right. Let's talk about the stuff of nightmares now. And I know too much science about this story as well, so I'll let you lead with this because I just love the title because it did immediately. I thought, here is a topic for a horror movie we have not seen yet. Right.
They're apparently now. I've been to the ocean many times, and it is foamy, and there's sea foam, right?
Yes.
But I didn't realize that sea foam could be so pervasive that it could totally overtake these beaches, like has happened in Australia. Well, because it's so much churning of the ocean and everything, all the stuff that's normally not probably close to the surface of the ocean is now on the shore.
Correct.
And it's being covered by the foam, so you can't see it. And basically the title of the article was sea snakes and sea foam, or what was it? I don't remember.
Eastern Australian covered under huge amounts of snake infested sea foam.
Snake infested sea foam. Snake infested sea foam. It is a great premise for a horror movie.
So Tiffany was basically like, so who picked snake infested sea foam on the bingo card in 2020? And the thing is that I did look into the science of it. There are lots of times where whole beaches and whole seaside towns have been have been overtaken by this foam. What I'll do is I'll pull up, I do have BBC Weather's Twitter feed did have this. So I'll show this to everybody real quick. So here, hold on a second. Let me show you this, share this entire screen. So we are going to... That's a lot of foam. That's all I'm saying. That is a lot of foam. Okay. I'm just saying. What you say?
In the washing machine?
Well, yeah, I think we're accustomed to that. Like back in the day, we'd watch all those old school movies, like ones that would have I don't know, I remember watching those movies when I was those Freaky Friday movies, the first ones, not the new ones. But I remember watching that, with my grandma and them saying all that stuff would happen. And so it was watching those things. So it isn't just another scary thing. In theory, it's supposed to be okay. It is not supposed to be filled with toxins. It is not supposed to be filled with everything other than the fact that we have allowed our ocean in general to be filled with toxins.
Right.
So now more of that might be bubbling to the surface, all these things. But I do agree with you. If this was a horror movie, I think that's part of the charm.
Yeah. You lose your dog or the kid runs into the foam and now you're lost in the foam and you got to battle sea snakes.
Exactly. Because normally you're like, it's just foam. It's like, we're at a Australian rave. Everything's cool.
It's an Australian rave.
And then it turns out that no, snakes,
The snakes have glow rings around their necks and they're like,
they're ready. The dopest snakes.
They're just taking all the and just partying and
they're like, I got you, girls. Kind of thing. That would work. That'll be a new dance. We'll do that. We'll get one of those cool EDM DJs to add some mucha behind it, and it'll be dope as heck. It'll be thing.
I'm in. But I mean, they've already made the movie The Mist. They made The Fog twice.
Right.
All this stuff. Seafoam.
Right. Because there are already things inherently scary about anytime you walk into something and you can't see the bottom of it. So let one person look like they got pulled down into this. And then the horror begins. Kind of everybody send an email to Jordan Peele and tell him we got him on his next movie.
Yes.
Because that'll be great. 10%. I want Jordan Peele to make this movie because he can dispel all the myths that Black people don't go in the water. Well done. Somebody said, I'm going to send him that email myself. I'm a
black, yes, it's the black lifeguard that saves everybody.
Exactly, because we do swim. That's a stereotype. Everybody will be fine. We'll be good. We'll be good.
Yep. Because because it's got a political angle to it.
Right.
And why is the seafoam always white? And why is it always taking over everything?
I like that the seafoam is inherently just a little off-white, and it's still just supposed to be that color. It doesn't mean that it's evil necessarily. The snakes might be evil in and of themselves. It has nothing to do with them being in the foam. Just snakes are bad. What else could hide in the foam that would be worse, kind of thing?
A shark.
A shark. Okay. All right.
Well,
a Sharknado type shark, even like a shark. Yeah. Like, okay. All right. I'm good with that. Foamnado. I think here's the thing. Crabs, super aggressive with pinchers. Radioactive crabs. There we go. All right.
Well, a lot of people just dropped off on viewing when we said radioactive crabs.
Because they're not.
No, that's not a thing you can catch. It's not related to our first story.
No. That's not stuff. And if you have solo sessions, you don't have to worry about anybody giving you any radioactive crabs. You're good.
Yeah.
That should have been in the article. That should have been in the article.
It's a really good way to say disease-free.
Solo sessions. That's it. Well, I've said that before. It takes a lot.
When you have a solo session with yourself and you like Star Wars, is it a ham solo?
Boom. I don't. Boo.
All right, moving on.
No, I don't have a boo. I'm gonna find a boo by
next
time. I'm gonna have a boo. That's the closest I've got. I don't have a boo. I'll bring a boo.
I can't believe I made it in 24 minutes in this broadcast, and I've only heard that twice.
We'll set a milestone next time. We'll set a milestone.
I want to
Yeah, I'm all good with that. Okay, all right. I want to get to this one before we wrap up. We thanks everybody who joined us. We're going to try and do this. Even I think because Tiffany and I are both exceptionally aggressively single right now, we're going to do this next week as well, even though we're in the holiday week, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got nothing. I got nothing this Saturday.
No.
Sunday.
This is it. This is my romance.
Yeah. Right. This is your romance. I'll send you some candles. You can romance yourself later. It'll be fine. That should be in there. Okay. All right. So we want to get on this last one because I think everybody out there, we know that you are very creative people. We surround ourselves with some incredibly creative people. We've been very fortunate about that. So here's what we want everybody to do. Here's what I'm thinking. Because Tiffany is the one that brought this to my attention. I would have missed it because I do not look at the Minnesota Department of Transportation website nearly as much as Tiffany does. So she found this one. If you go to their website, and we'll drop this link in the chat as well, it's a name a snowplow contest.
Yeah.
So during this winter season, they're going to officially name 8 snowplows. And so there's going to be one in each of the MnDOT districts. And so what they're saying is they're going to spread the love across the state. So they're looking for, as they put it, creative, witty, punny, and fun ideas for snowplow names.
Right.
Now, Tiffany, you already have one, and you think that this is going to be the number one idea, right?
I think most people are going to think of The Simpsons right away and want to call it Mr. Plough. I think that's what most people are going to do. Also, the second one is because remember that boat in England a couple of years ago? So it'll be like Ploughy McPloughface.
Ploughy McPlough.
It was like Bodie McBoatface.
Yes.
But here's my suggestion. Although
okay,
they would have to I don't know if they have budget in their font budget for an asterisk.
Okay.
But I want my plow to be called "Move, bitch, get out the way, get out the way."
Oh, I like that one.
Move, bitch.
Shout out to Luda. Shout out to Luda.
Because it's get out of the way of the plow.
And they should. That's constantly what they're saying is like stay safe, stay back, move. I like that one. That's what it should be. And they don't even have to make it an asterisk. They can make it a big snowflake.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Snowflake. That's right.
Yes, I like that one.
Okay. Snowflake, TCH.
Gotcha. Okay, anybody else out there, if you have any suggestions we think that we can make, we will be happy to help vote for you. You can go rogue and put it out there yourself. Just let us know if you select yours. Otherwise, we would love to see any suggestions you have in the chat. If you're watching this in the replay, hey man, let us know. Let us know what you think they should name the snowplow here in Minnesota. Yeah.
And if one of our viewers comes up with that, we will throw our full weight, social media wise, behind you.
Exactly.
I mean, dozens of people will now know.
Dozens, hundreds of dozens of people will know that you are the one that came up with the most clever, witty name for the Minnesota snowplow in your district. So we got 8 chances at this. So it would be great if all of our friends and our followers were the ones that came up with the names for the Minnesota snowplow. So, hey man, drop it in the chat. Let us know what you'd like us to talk about as we move forward. If you like what we're doing, cool. If there's something that you think that we could work better on, hey, we're always open to constructive criticism. Just don't make us cry, because we can do that on our own. That's all I'm saying. I don't need your help. Yo, Tony Fly. Tony Fly. We need to get you on there. You missed it. We were talking about the old hip hop days. And if anybody remembers these days, I was talking about how I used to date white guy rappers with names like Powder and Ghost. That kind of thing. So we miss all of you. We hope that you enjoy the show. Hey man, come see us every Sunday at 5 p.m. Central. We're gonna be here hanging out with you. We need to stay connected and find ways to maintain our community. So hopefully this is a good way for it. So in the meantime, everybody stay healthy, stay safe, stay connected. Yeah, you did. I know.
You did.
I gotta think.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So
Shannan, yeah, you did.
Yeah, but we want to also say happy holidays, man, to everybody that's out there. We know that the holidays look a lot different. If you're feeling alone, reach out to Tiffany and I. Hey, we got plenty of time to talk to you. We want to make sure that you still stay connected, that you still feel empowered, that you still feel like there are people out here who want to listen to you. So anybody out there, we love you all. Kim, Tony, Andrew, Shay, everybody that's watching today, man, we want to make sure that we see you next
And clowns.
And clowns.
That's a subject for next week.
I'll tell the clown story next week. Hey, everybody. Have a great week.